And thank you so much for joining us here on Idaho Today. Ghosts of the Frank. It's a 5-episode docuseries created by Dan Noakes. It highlights his solo winter travels by skiing and hiking across the Frank Church River of No Return wilderness in Idaho. Noakes also explores the drama of the people who once lived, worked, and died there. So we have Dan joining us right now here in studio to share about his experience. And Dan, you and I have had the chance to kind of chat a little bit behind the camera here. And I know you started into this adventure with the hopes of exploring the Frank Church wilderness by skiing in the winter, right?
Right. I thought it was the evolution of ski touring, was the winter traversed, to go in there and explore places that not too many people have explored.
Okay, and the Frank Church wilderness here in Idaho is definitely that spot in our state, right?
I think so. It's kind of a mysterious spot, not too many people have traveled, very remote. So I thought, yeah, it'd add the excitement and adventure that I was looking for.
Okay. How long were you in this wilderness?
I was in there for about 14 days.
14 days.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 weeks completely by yourself.
Completely by myself. Yeah.
Remote.
Remote.
You're a father. You have a wife.
Yes.
Your family was a little nervous about this adventure.
Yeah, a little nervous. I mean, they do a good job, but I definitely always miss them if I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But obviously you were incredibly well prepared because you're sitting here on this couch right now.
Right. I'm alive.
Okay. Yes, you're alive. You did it. But it's not just the adventure in the wilderness, though, that makes this series so intriguing. It's actually what you discovered along the way. Tell us about that.
Right. So the wilderness wasn't always just wilderness. There was thousands of people who lived in the Salmon River country. And so when I was traveling these places, so I hiked the Idaho Centennial Trail. That was my first time in the Frank Church wilderness. And this was the second time in the winter. And I kept hearing rumors about the people who once lived, worked, and died there. And I really was curious about what happened to them. And so I called it Ghosts of the Frank because I almost heard whisperings of the people in the past, you know, saying, hey, we have stories here that haven't been told.
Wow. Okay. So it's kind of the story then of how the wilderness came about with the U.S. Forest Service and then what happened to the people that were in place before it was even established.
Yes. So there was prospectors, miners. There's actually thousands of people who worked in that area. When Congress decided to make it wilderness, I guess the Forest Service, their job was to make it wilderness. And so this is kind of the...
That means no human inhabitants in it.
Exactly. So this is kind of the story of the interactions with the prospectors and the people who once lived there and the U.S. Forest Service. Okay.
So it's a bit of a history journey as well as you exploring this now established wilderness, this wild space, if you will. I mean, and it is a very wild space. For those who aren't familiar, it's the largest wilderness portion of our entire state, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know from my own experience, a lot of the places you can't access via road, right? Like you either have to fly in, you have to horseback in, you have to ski or hike in.
Correct.
I mean, it's very remote. It's remote of all remote for Idaho.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Okay. All right. So a very intriguing series. Cannot wait to hear about just your journey in the aspect of survivalism out there for 2 weeks, but also the stories that you uncovered. I mean, there's a lot of angles to this.
Right.
So where can our viewers go to watch and learn more?
The best place right now is on Outdoor Idaho.
Okay.
There is a 26-minute version of it that they can just watch. So go on YouTube, search Outdoor Idaho, and then you'll find Ghosts of the Frank.
Okay, great. And then also, too, PBS, right? Right there. We can go to idaho-tv or idaho-tv.org as well for more information. Thank you so much, Dan.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you taking the time to join us here in studio.
Yeah, thank you.
Very intriguing. Okay, everyone, stick around. More to come right here on Idaho Today, right after the break.
Help a